this class, we shall study about the second unit of the first module, which is Introduction to Chain Surveying. The syllabus under this unit will be chain surveying instruments like chain, tapes, ranging rod and pegs. Linear measurement or horizontal measurement. So we are familiar with the term linear or horizontal, which is nothing but a straight line. So the measurement of straight distances is nothing but linear or horizontal measurement. So in linear measurements, we can do it by using three methods. The first one is direct measurement method. Second one is measurement by optical means, and the third one is electromagnetic methods. Let us see this one by one. The first one is direct measurement. Distances are actually measured on the ground with the help of chain or tape or any other instrument. In this figure, this is one short distance which is a straight one, and two people are measuring the distance. One is holding a tape, the other one is noting down the readings. So the measurement of distances using either chain or tape in this fashion is called direct measurement. Next one is measurement by optical means. In this, we normally use telescope to make an observation, then calculations for distances are done. So in this figure, you can see that this is a leveling instrument. This instrument is called Dumpy level. So in this telescope, the observations are made. For example, this is the point, and this point will be seen by the telescope, and the distance of this point from the ground surface or with respect to some reference point will be then calculated by using certain formulas. So in this, normally telescope will make an observation, then the distances should be manually calculated. Third method is electronic method. In this, the electronic devices are employed which relies on propagation, reflection and reception of either radio or light waves. For example, so in this figure you can see that there is a EDM, which is nothing but electronic distance measuring device, and there is reflector. This reflector is placed at some point, and we have to find out the distance between this EDM and reflector. So in order to find out the distance between these 2 points, we will first send the signal from EDM, which is either radio or light waves, and again this waves will be reflected back by the reflector. Then the EDM machine will directly give us the distance between these 2 points. Now let us study what is chain surveying. So chain surveying is the one in which all the distances are measured with the help of chain and tape, but no angular measurements are made in this type of a surveying. That is, it is a linear measurement which is measured by using either chain and tape. It is only for linear measurements, and angular measurements are not done using chain. Principles of chain surveying. The principle of chain surveying is triangulation. That is, the area which is to be surveyed is divided into various small triangles, and which is mainly should be a well-conditioned triangle. So I'll explain you with one sketch. In this figure, you can see that there is one plot ABCD. This plot is divided into 2 triangles in figure B. Either it can be divided into 2 triangles or it can be divided into 3 triangles. Like this, the area to be surveyed is divided into various small triangles. And coming to the type of triangle, mainly we recommend the triangle to be an ideal triangle, but it is not possible to go with that always. So we will go with the well-conditioned triangle. So in this figure you can see that this is the ideal triangle, that is, which is having all the sides equal and all the angles equal. Next is well-conditioned triangle. So this is a well-conditioned triangle The meaning of this is none of the angles in the triangle should be more than 120 degree nor less than 30 degree. That is called well conditioned triangle. So here it is ill conditioned triangle. Here the angles are less than 30 degree and one angle is more than 120 degree. Therefore it is called ill conditioned triangle. So then this angles or the network of triangles are measured using chine in the chine surveying. Next, chine surveying is recommended when the area is almost flat, because if there is undulations in the land, then the whatever reading we take down using chine might not be the exact one, or it might not be the accurate value. Therefore it is recommended only for the ground which is almost flat, and also the area to be surveyed should be very small, because for the higher area we go with the higher instruments which gives the accurate results. Chine surveying is limited for the smaller area. Then a small scale map is to be formed. Then the formation of well conditioned triangle is easy. Next topic is survey stations. Survey stations are nothing but the points on the survey line which can be either in the beginning or at the end or on the survey lines. These survey stations can be categorized into main stations, subsidiary stations or tie stations. So these main stations are nothing but the points which are present either in the beginning or end of a survey line. So these command the boundaries of the survey, that is this commands the boundaries of the area. Next is subsidiary station or tie station. These stations are the stations which are present on the main survey line. In this slide you can see point A, point B and point C and point D. These are nothing but main stations, and the lines which are connecting these points are nothing but main survey lines. Lines AB, BC, CD and DA. These are called main survey lines. In this you can also see the points like T1, T2, S1 and S2. So S1 and S2 is nothing but the subsidiary station, and T1 and T2 are the tie stations which is lying on the main survey lines. So now next you can also see the baseline in this figure, which is the longest one in this, and tie line and check line. The biggest or the longest of the main survey line is called the baseline, and various survey stations are plotted with reference to this baseline. Next is tie or subsidiary lines. The lines which are joining tie stations or subsidiary stations are known as the tie lines or the subsidiary lines. The main object of running these lines is to take the details of nearby objects, but it also serves the purpose of chuck lines. Next one is chuck line. The lines which are run to check out the accuracy of field work are called chuck lines, or it is also called as proof lines. So these are the main lines. Baseline, the line on which the framework of the survey is built, is known as baseline. It is most important line of the survey. Generally the longest of the main survey line is considered as baseline. Next is chuck line. The line which is run in the field to check the accuracy of the field work is called chuck line. The measured length of the chuck line and the plotted on the plan must be the same. Each triangle is provided with a chuck line. Tie lines. The line joining the two subsidiary survey stations is known as tie line. These tie lines are provided to locate the interior details which are far from the main lines. For example, the main survey line is nothing but the boundary lines, and these lines may be far away from the details like the presence of pond, tree, etc. In that case, we will draw extra additional lines like tie lines which is near to the tree, so that we can get a distance between the tree and the measured line, which is nothing but tie line. Next one is baseline. Baseline is the important survey line because it fixes the directions of all other chain lines. Next, the following points should be kept in mind before selecting and measuring a baseline. The first point is it should be taken through a fairly level ground. As I told before, the chain surveying is restricted only for the fairly level ground. Then it should run through the center of the length of the area. That is, this baseline acts as a formwork or the backbone for the various other triangles in the plot. Therefore, it should always run through the center of the area. Third one is it should be correctly measured horizontally. So in order to measure it, the chain or tape should be properly stretched tightly. Then it should be measured twice or thrice. So in order to cross check it, it should be measured either twice or thrice. Instruments used in chain surveying. In chain surveying, we normally use the following instruments like chain, tape, arrows, ranging rods, offset rod, plumb bob, pegs, crossstaff and optical square. Let us study all these one by one. The first one is chain. This chain is normally made out of 100 links of a galvanized mild steel wire which is of a diameter 4 mm. And these links are having a 3 circular or oval rings. In this chain, in this figure, you can see that from one end to the other end, this is one chain, and in this region, you can see that there are 3 circular or oval shaped rings. You can see this is one link. So in this, you can see the 3 circular rings. This gives the flexibility to the chain. That is, the chain can be bent because of this connection. See, you can also observe here that at every 10 links, there are tallies which are provided in the chain to note down the readings on the chain. In this figure, you can see that this is the brass handle which is provided at both the ends of the chain so that the chain can be turned without twisting the chain. And here it shows one link, that is, the chain link will be having 3 circular rings. From one central circular ring to the other central circular ring is called one link. And you can see the different tallies here. This is having a 1 tooth and this is having 2 teeth, 3, 4 and this is provided at the 5th one. In order to note down the reading, these types of links are provided. So this is provided, 1 tooth link is provided at 10th or 19th links, and the second one, 2 teeth links are provided at 20th or 80th links. Similarly, 3, 4 and 5. So these are provided at different links so that if I get to see this tally, that means that it is at the 10th link. And if I randomly get to see this tally in the chain, this is indicating that it is either a 30th link or 70th link. Types of chains. There are 5 types of chains. The first one is metric chain, the second one is Gunter's chain, third one is engineer's chain, fourth one is revenue chain and the fifth one is steel band. The first type is metric chain. This chain will be having 100 link with a tally at every 2 meter. This is available in the 5 meter, 10 meter and 20 meter chain length. Normally we prefer 20 meter chain, and at every 1 meter length of a chain there is one ring which indicates meter in the chain. Next, a groove is cut. A small groove will be marked on the brass handle so that when you place arrow next to the brass handle, that arrow can slightly get into the brass handle so that you can measure accurate length of the particular distance. So in this figure you can see that this is a metric chain which is 20 meter in length. So in this you can observe that this is the brass handle. The distances are always measured from outside end of one brass handle to the outside end of the other brass handle. So you can see that at every 5 meter length they have given a tally which is indicating the different distance. So this is the round which indicates the brass ring, and this ring is provided at every 1 meter length of the chain. See here, this is the ring, and this is the tally at 5 meter length, this is the tally at 10 meter length, and this is the tally at 15 meter length. So on the chain we cannot mark the numbers, so this tally indicates certain meters of chain length. For example, so here you can see that there is a tally which is similar to this. That means if you are measuring a distance from one brass handle to this point, that means that the distance covered will be 5 meters. Similarly, this one, if you get a tally of this in the chain line, you can make sure that the distance of the chain from beginning till here will be 10 meter. Similarly, various tallies will be provided to note down the reading in case of metric chain. And in this also a groove is cut on the outside surface of the brass handle, so that insertion of arrow marks gives correct position of the end of the chain. See here in this figure, this will be the groove of the brass handle. Here you have to place your arrow in order to make a measurement in the field. This is the image of the metric chain. So here you can observe that this is the brass handle, and here you can observe the rings. From one central circular ring to the other central circular ring will be the one link. This chain is made out of 100 such links, and here this is a tally having one tooth, and here there are 2 teeth tally, and here there is 3 teeth tally. All the chains will be having 100 links with different length of a link in it. Based on that, this classification of chain is made. So the second type is the Gunter's chain, which is having 100 links, but each link here will be 0.66 feet. This one. So that the total length of one chain will be 66 feet in terms of a Gunter's chain, and the length of one link will be 0.66 feet. And is used for land measurement and for marking milestones along the road. The third one is engineer's chain, and this is also made out of 100 links. It is 100 feet long and is divided into 100 links. So each link measures 1 foot. Fourth one is revenue chain. This is a different one because it is made out of a 16 link, and it is 33 feet long. Each link measures 2.06 feet. This chain is mainly used for measuring fields in cadastral survey. The last one is steel band or band chain, and this consists of a ribbon of steel which is having a width of 12 to 16 mm, and its thickness will be 0.3 to 0.6 mm. This is the image of steel band. So in this, the steel ribbon will be wound around an open cross or a metal reel like this, and this one will be normally available in the length of 10 meters and 20 meters. Next, coming to different types of the tapes. So you people are familiar with what a tape is. So which is used to measure a distance. So there are 4 types of tapes. The first one is cloth or linen tape, second one is metallic tape, third one is steel tape, and the fourth one is inward tape. The first one is cloth or linen tape. So this linen is nothing but a type of a fiber and it is not that strong. These are made up of closely woven linen which is having a width of 12 mm to 15 mm and it is made to resist moisture. These are normally light and flexible and they are available in the length of 10 meters, 20 meters, 25 meters and 30 meters and also in feet 33, 50, 66 and 100 feet. Normally small brass ring is provided at the end of the tape. The main disadvantage of this tape is that because of the moisture it will shrink and it will also extend if we stretch the tape with too much force and it is not strong at all and it is easily likely to get twist and tangle which is not good in case of measurement. The next one is metallic tape. So in order to overcome the drawback of linen tape, this metallic tapes are used. So it is in comparison to linen tape, it is very light, flexible and it is also strong and it will not undergo stretch easily. And these are made up of a varnish strip of waterproof linen interwoven with small wires of brass, copper or bronze. That's why it is stronger than the linen tape. So these are available in the lengths of 10, 20 and 30 and 50 meters. And this is provided in a case of leather or corrosion resistant metal fitted with a winding device. This is a kind of arrangement which is made for opening or pulling out the tape and pushing it back or closing the tape. So in this the readings are normally given in red and black colors, so which indicates full meters and its fractions in centimeters. So these metallic tapes are widely used in surveying. Next one is steel tape. This is light in comparison to other tapes and it is having a width of 6 to 10 mm and it is more accurately graduated. The quality and accuracy of graduation in steel tapes may vary and steel tapes are available in 1, 2, 10, 20, 30 and 50 meters and brass ring is fastened at the outer end in order to pull the tape. So this will come under corrosion resisting metal case or leather case with winding device. To prevent them from rusting, a little mineral oil should be applied and cleaned. Here it is, a small ring, and this arrangement is called a winding device. When we leave the tape, it will get inside and it will wind around this arrangement. The last one is invert tape. So we use this tape where we need the work of very high degree of precision. So this invert tape is made out of alloy of nickel 36% and steel. So the width of this tape is 6 mm. It is available in 30, 50 and 100 meter lengths. So it is most accurate and it is also expensive. And this tape will be a bit delicate and should be handled with care. And this is also having a tendency of undergoing change in length. That's why it should be checked periodically. And this undergoing change in length of a tape will be called as a creep of material. So it is also necessary to ascertain its true length if it is a older one. The next instrument is arrows. Arrows are normally made out of steel wire of 4 mm diameter and it is having a length of 400 mm. For easy carrying, one end of the arrow is bent into a ring of 50 mm diameter. The other end is pointed to help easy insertion in the ground. So this is the arrow. Its length from this end to this top end will be 400 mm, and this arrangement is made for the holding purpose of arrow, and this will be having a diameter of 4 mm. So the one end is made sharp so that this can be inserted into the ground. Next one is ranging rods. This is the ranging rod. So this ranging rods are normally used for the purpose of ranging or making the line straight. So ranging is the process of establishing the intermediate points on the survey line. So if you carefully observe this is having a colored strips of black and white or red and black like that, and it will be having a measurement of 20 centimeter. That is, the strip length will be 20 centimeter or 200 mm. This is a metal iron shoe which is provided to insert the ranging rod inside the ground. So this will be having a length of 2 meters or 3 meters, and its diameter will be 30 mm. Similar to ranging rod, there is one more rod called offset rod. The only difference between these two will be a hook at the topmost portion of the offset rod. So this hook will help the surveyor to pull the chain out if it is stuck inside a bush or any other obstructions. And also you can observe here that a flag will be provided for the ranging rod if the distance is more than 200 meters. At a maximum distance we cannot see the ranging rod because it is very thin. In that case we can use the flag at the top to see this ranging rod from a distance place. Next one is peg. These pegs are used to mark the position of survey stations, and these are normally made out of wood. This is the peg. So normally it will be having a length of 150 mm, and this is the cross section of it. It will be a this cross section ranges from 25 to 50 mm. So here I have taken a peg which is having a dimension 25 mm by 25 mm. So this should be inserted into the ground like this. This is the right way of insertion and this is the wrong way. The last one is plumb bob. This plumb bob is normally used to transfer the points of a chain into the ground while measuring in the sloping ground, and it is also used for making a ranging vertical or transfer points from ranger, compass, plane table, theodolite to the ground, and it is made out of steel in a conical. This is the plumb bob.